Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here today. We're going to look at an oldie but a goodie in a lot of ways. This is a Oral Roberts Bible. Now, it's one he put out from his ministry way back in 1978. Oral Roberts back in the day was huge. Man, he started off, I think he went to a Baptist Bible college, and then he was asked to take over a Pentecostal Holiness Church here in Georgia, as a matter of fact. And he was there for a little while, and then he got into the healing ministry. Now, back after World War II, the healing ministry in the United States of America exploded. You had names like Jack Coe, and William Branham, and A.A. Allen. We may do biographies on all of those sometime. But Oral Roberts, he was right there in the middle of it. As a matter of fact, they used to have contests who would have the biggest tent. And so Oral Roberts is just a fascinating individual. This has his personal commentary in it. Gold edging, genuine leather, extremely well done. I love the raised banding. You almost never saw that except exclusive Bibles back in the 1970s. I thought he did an excellent job here too by having people's names imprinted and then from Oral Roberts on there. I thought, well, that's a stroke of genius. And Oral Roberts, fascinatingly enough, he was able to bring Pentecostalism, or a certain brand of Pentecostalism, especially the healing ministry, into the mainstream of America. And there were healings, they had the Voice of Healing magazine, T.L. Osborne, Gordon Lindsay did the Voice of Healing magazine, all of these folks. And he was kind of famous for having the hot hand. He would, when his hand felt hot, he knew there was a time for healing and this type of thing. So he later became United Methodist to kind of broaden his appeal. I remember as a young man watching Oral Roberts on television. He was kind of second to Billy Graham as far as mainstream television ministry. He'd be on Sunday mornings. I think he'd have a quarterly thing on some television station. And this was the day before cable. This is when you just had the three major networks and maybe Channel 17, Ted Turner's first foray into television, So let's take a look at this. So high quality, very well done. There's a picture of old Oral Roberts. I don't know what it is about Pentecostal evangelists in their hair, but he's got the Pentecostal evangelist hair. He's just got it. Has what it's going to contain in here. Oral Roberts, he became kind of a pariah late in life. 1963 he started ORU in Tulsa, Oral Roberts University, and then he decided to open the City of Faith. He had a prayer tower there, and then he started to open a hospital. I had a Pentecostal friend of mine that went in for heart surgery there. He said a lot of people made fun of Oral Roberts for that, and they eventually closed it down. He said, but you don't know what it's like when you're fixing to go in heart surgery. And this would have been back in the 70s when heart surgery was just starting. It's very much not a great science at that moment. He said, and your doctor sitting there talking in tongues with you. He said it was a great comfort. And I can attest that would be. So then my introduction to the Old Testament has good print, probably 10-point type. Pages seem rather thick to me. It doesn't seem to be India paper. Has how to use this commentary. Then it'll have before each book, like my personal word about Genesis. It doesn't have any headings. Now, you see a lot of this is highlighted. This is highlighted by them. A lot of highlighting because I'll show you what's between the Old and the New Testament. Before every book, he's going to have his own personal notes. So then he'll have his introduction to the New Testament. Then his personal views of Matthew. And then the highlighting. What that is when you get to the back, those highlights are then his commentary. So my comments on Genesis, this type of thing. Has the good gold edging, has a ribbon marker. It's not a real big Bible, but you can see his commentary is rather voluminous. Got quite a bit. We're in Revelation. That's back when most everybody believed in the rapture. Now he would have been eventually in the genre of the health and wealth gospel, and again just kind of made a pariah for that. Excellent concordance. I think this would have been a premium put out by Thomas Nelson. And it's got something else a little special here in the back. Always liked when Nelson would put my personal study notes. Several pages, blank pages in the back. But then has a little bit about, okay, you're given to this ministry, here's what's going on in the ministry. Gives a history. That's a good picture of him healing there. Those big old microphones, kind of iconic, the big tents that would seat several thousand. It was a day when Pentecost was really coming from being, as they say, on the wrong side of the tracks, coming into the mainstream. And in a sense, he really opened the door to Pentecostalism in the mainstream. And then the prayer tower there, that was a unique thing. I'm going to show you the size of this as compared to my Cambridge large print. You can see it's a little bigger. It's maybe a tad thinner. I would call this an excellent size Bible though. So you can get these very inexpensively, especially for the quality of Bible. I mean, a genuine leather Bible like this today probably costs $60, $70, I'm sure. You can buy them for just a little bit of nothing on Amazon, eBay. And just for historical things, you could probably use this. Just, Oral Roberts is part of the Pentecostal Spirit-filled tradition, Christianity in America, those type things. And, just fascinating. I'm going to show you, too, about how much commentary is in here, because it's quite a bit. It's more than you may think. Of course, I would disagree with him doctrinally. But you can see, that's quite a bit of commentary. I wonder if it tells how many pages of commentary. Well, 185 pages of 2-column commentary. That's not bad. So anyhow, just a Bible I wanted to share with you and share about a bygone age of that healing ministry in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I believe God may do something similar to the Apostolic Church here in this end time hour. God bless you.